Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lilybell Gaming. I make gacha videos and sometimes I do this. Artfight starts tomorrow as of recording this, so here's some tips and tricks of how I try to stay productive during Artfight. My number one tip is to try and not burn yourself out. Make a set number of attacks you want to do in a year and follow that as a guideline to how you want Artfight this year to go for you. It's not about winning, in my opinion. I truly see it as getting more experience and also an excuse to draw some pretty cool and cute characters because I love drawing OCs. I love drawing other people's OCs sometimes. Tip number 2, this is also just kind of a thing that everybody kind of agrees upon, is comment on every attack you get. Try and say thank you. Obviously, if you're getting like hundreds a day, you don't have to, but it is polite to at least say thank you to as many as you can, just so they know that you saw it. Here's something I get asked often is it beginner friendly? Or I'm a beginner so I can't join. I'm this so I can't join. There are no rules as to what level of artist you are. If you're a traditional artist, go ahead. If you're a beginner, go ahead. If you don't like your art style, nobody's gonna judge you because that's the point of Artfight, is you're getting free art of your character. It doesn't matter if you think it's bad, somebody will think it's good, and you should put yourself out there as an artist. Of course, if you don't want to join Artfight, nobody's forcing you to, and you don't have to make up an excuse. You could just say, I don't want to join. But if you really, really want to join Artfight and you think of yourself as a bad artist, I can assure you, you are not a bad artist, and nobody can judge you, because that's also against the rules, is to judge and make fun of people. Bullying is against the rules. Bullying people's art is against the rules. So go ahead, do whatever you want. My next tip is to just read the rules. Please, for the love of God, read the rules. Because if you don't be surprised if you break the rules and get banned. But if you are too lazy to read the rules, because I understand it did actually take me a while to get the motivation to even just read the rules, because reading is hard. I understand that, especially when you're bored. So I recommend finding a video on YouTube that's giving you like a summary of the rules and kind of breaks it down for you a little bit, because there are some rules where it's like, okay, but then there's also rules, the obvious, like no AI and support other artists and no NSFW, stuff like that. My next tip, and is kind of important because some people have interesting rules in their permissions, is read the characters' permissions, read their global permissions, read the permissions. Even if you skim it, you should still read it, because they sometimes are important when it comes to the characters that you are drawing. Sometimes their permissions are simple, like don't draw gore, don't draw NSFW, don't change their clothes. But then sometimes there's specific ones. One of my characters, I don't like when he's compared to other characters, so I put in his permissions, please don't compare him to any characters who are underage, because it makes me uncomfortable. There's some people who say, don't put my character in a mass attack. I don't like that. So if you're planning on doing a mass attack and save that character for that mass attack, you're gonna have to, not do that, because they don't want you to do that. Now, you'd think this one would be obvious, but it's not, because you'd be surprised how many people have broken certain permissions and stuff from artists. My next tip is about character reference sheets. Your reference sheets are probably all finished, but I'm still going to give you this tip anyway. Put that pen down. You don't have to do a whole turnaround of your character. You can. I'm not telling you you can't. I'm saying if you don't want to, you don't have to. It isn't against the rules to just draw a simple reference sheet of your character. All of my reference sheets have their height, so when they're drawing them with other characters, they can put them next to all the other characters with their actual height, their age, obviously, and just a full body of the character. And I also have voice claims, but that's for me, and maybe to collect some people who are in the fandoms for the voice claims I chose. But you don't have to do a whole turnaround. You don't have to put every individual piece of lore in their description or in their reference sheet. It's not important for how people draw them, unless it's important to you. Again, I'm not saying you can't, I'm saying you don't have to if you don't want to. Personally, my favorite part of making reference sheets is adding a whole bunch of different outfits to all their references. My biggest pet peeve when it comes to references is when the only reference that I see of a very cute character, I see their thumbnail, I'm thinking, this character is so cute, I want to draw them. I click on them, they only have a sketch of them on a lined piece of paper that isn't colored or anything, and it's just a headshot or it's just a half body. I need a full body colored reference. I don't even need it to be shaded. I just need the colors so I can color in your character. You can add that sketch to a bunch of references of a character that also has a colored reference. Again, people aren't going to want to draw your character if they can't color your character. Not everyone, but a lot of people tend to color in the characters. Something you don't have to do, but definitely would be cool for people who want to draw your character and maybe learn more about them other than just reading their lore, is to get a sense of their personality by having, obviously, their regular reference, but then also having a reference of them doing their hobby or hanging out with their friends or talking or eating food to kind of get an idea of what this person could be like just based on what they're eating or what they're drawing or if they're painting or not, stuff like that. Also, if you want people to draw more than just one of your characters, fill in those connections. It's tedious, but it can be fun typing out the relationships between your characters. Because again, if you want people to have your characters interacting with certain ones, put in those connections and maybe you'll get some people drawing your OCs together. And my last and final tip for this video is have fun. Don't burn yourself out. Just keep that set number of attacks and have fun. It's not about winning. Really, it's not. It's just for the fun of it. Don't get mad if you lose. And definitely don't harass the people who work with Artfight, like the mods and stuff, because you might get banned. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I still don't have an outro.